Now then, how you doing? I hope you're well. We're in the middle of a heat wave at the moment in which paint dries almost as soon as it hits the paper. It's sweltering here in the studio. The line and wash painting featured in this video comes from a visit to a location that happened in the middle of a wintry spell earlier on in the year. Which raises the question, how much, if at all, do the conditions under which a painting is produced influence its outcome? Let's take a look at Bronte Bridge. I'm on Haworth Moor. That's Lee Shore Reservoir off to my left, and despite being a dry day, it's bitterly cold, with pockets of snow and ice still lingering amongst the long grass. These winter days are short, and the sun is low in the sky. I'm not going far, but a brisk walk is needed if I'm to reach my target before I lose the best light of the day. This is South Dean Beck, which flows down from Withens Heights to Lower Lath Reservoir. Well, this is a particularly beautiful valley hidden amongst the sprawling moorlands, where there are rocks and waterfalls aplenty. Given its location, a mere stone's throw away from Haworth, you'll perhaps not be surprised to hear that almost everything in this area has some connection with the Bronte sisters. In fact, this spot was known to have been a favourite with the Brontes, which is why the little stone bridge here is known as Bronte Bridge. A flash flood in May 1989 swept the bridge away. Such was deemed the historical importance of the bridge, it was less than a year later when a Lynx helicopter from the No. 9 Regiment Army Air Corps airlifted 5 gritstone slabs into the narrow valley, enabling park rangers to repair it. And a fine job they made of it too. I don't need the water to be precise, it just needs to be reasonably convincing as a flowing stream. The worst thing I could do to it is make it look static. Up until this point, I've been working with relatively light tones. Of course, definition isn't a problem since I have the ink drawing to help out with that. Now is a good time though to start emphasising some of the three-dimensional aspects of the scene. That means applying a slightly darker tone mixed from French ultramarine, burnt umber and a tiny amount of alizarin crimson. I'm taking my cue from the source photograph, looking for the shadows within the scene that help to visually explain those three-dimensional properties. The photo provides me with most of the information I need to do this, but I'm also happy to improvise and create my own shadows here and there if they help to convey the necessary message. After all, there comes a point where the decisions we make should be based upon what works best for the painting and not necessarily based upon what is presented in the photo. Never let the truth get in the way of a good composition. Well, I guess the message I'm trying to convey here is take your time. Don't be in too much of a hurry to get to the darkest, most intense tones, even if those tones are particularly obvious and prominent within the scene. It's very tempting sometimes to dive straight in with the most intense values, but such an approach can be a huge gamble. If you go too dark too quickly, then it can be difficult to roll things back. Whereas if you err on the side of caution, keep things a little lighter, then it's far easier to darken them if they need adjusting later than trying to lighten them because you've been too heavy-handed. Line and wash is a collaboration between two different mediums. A good line and wash, in my opinion, is one where there's a healthy balance between the two, where each part has space to flourish and thrive. It's often far better to give a slightly ambiguous impression with just a few details than clutter it up with every single detail you can get your hands on. In other words, give the scene a chance to breathe. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, then please do hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more, why not become a studio member of my YouTube channel. With that, you'll get instant access to the full-length, non-time-lapse version of the demonstration, from which this has just been a very small extract, along with a bursting back catalogue of full-length demonstrations and tutorials for you to enjoy at any time. To subscribe, just hit that join button. There are other sign-up options also available, such as my online tuition service. If you're interested in any of that, you'll find full details in the whole description below. And that's me done. I'm going to cool off. Until the next time, do take care.